You are now listening to Obtain, Achieve, Thrive, Hustle with Metro. Come take the oath.
Yo, what is shaking? It's been a hot minute since I gave y'all a new episode of the O.A.T.H podcast. It's your boy, Metro North, a.k.a. Robert Drowney Jr., a.k.a. El Megalodon, a.k.a. your neighborhood villain. Y'all, some people might know me as neighborhood CEO, but I am now the neighborhood villain. You heard? I have become a villain, and I'm loving every bit of it, man. I like that people feel like I'm not safe to be around or to be associated with. I love it. I love it. I love it. Stay over there, because it's been a circus out in these streets, and I ain't entertained by all the antics and all of the, the BS. But anyways, you know what I mean? It's your boy. I'm back. It's been a hot minute. Got a couple of, new projects out in these streets. I mean, we got Grand Larceny Volume 1, which is only on SoundCloud right now. I know a lot of people gonna be like, SoundCloud? I don't even got that app. But, you know what I mean? I still deal with SoundCloud. I've been dealing with them since 2011. So, Grand Larceny Volume 1 is up there right now. If you're interested, go check that out. It's just me basically going over a bunch of throwback beats from like the late 90s to the mid 2000s, 2010s. And I was just having fun. That's what I really do all of this for, because it's fun. It's something I like to do. And today, June 10th, No Country for Weak Men is out. But I'm going direct to consumer with this. So it's not going to be on any of the DSPs. It's not going to be on SoundCloud, and it's not going to hit YouTube yet. But if you send me an email, and the email to hit up is going to be in the description of this video, of this podcast, I will get back to you with a direct link to download this project. A few people had got it yesterday, but those are the people who really support me, who really, rock out with the music. So I sent them that, a day early. I've been getting nothing but good reviews to everyone who has received it early. So, like I said, send me an email. I'll even say it on here. It is metronorthmusic@gmail.com. So if you want to hear this project, shoot me an email. I'll send you the link ASAP, for real. And I'm controlling the majority of all of the promotion and everything for this, so I will definitely get back to you, because I'm checking the emails, I'm doing the post, I'm doing everything myself per usual. Oh yeah, and I believe I don't think Paradise City 2 was out when I did the last episode of O.A.T.H, but Paradise City 2 is also out now, and it's not on any of the streaming platforms. I didn't go through any of the DSPs for that either. It's just on YouTube. You can just go stream that for free. You feel what I'm saying? I enjoyed doing that one. That was a good one. I like the story that it told. You know what I'm saying? So that's 3 projects in less than like a actual year time frame. So I've been working, man, and getting back to this podcast is definitely about that time. I've been getting a lot of text and having a lot of conversations about bringing back other podcasts that I was on and that I helped build, but I think I'm going to stick with O.A.T.H for now, because if I'm going to be doing everything behind the scenes and in front of the camera or on the mic, I'd much rather be doing it for myself at this point. As a villain, you kind of got to be selfish. You kind of got to have like this nonchalant, I don't give a F about what you got going on. It's all about what I got going on, because that's how everybody act towards me. So, but anyways, episode 11, man, of that old podcast, bro, it's been a hot minute, and as of recently, I had reconnected with a lot of people who I was incarcerated with, right? And this is what I want to talk about today. I would say the name of this episode was Prison Was ... So, I've been reconnecting with a lot of people I was doing time with, and so much shit has changed in there, right? I downloaded the Securus app, and I've been emailing, my guys back and forth, and They've been calling me, and I've been telling them all of the stuff that I have going on as far as content creation and the businesses that I got on the side. And they telling me like how much everything has changed, how it's more like basically what they was telling me is super duper comfortable in there now. And I wasn't doing time where it was like hard time because we had Game Boys and CD players and all that, but now they got tablets. They out for rec all day in a level 4. You know what I'm saying? You could video chat with them and they chilling in the block. Oh, I'm like, bruh, the way they making the prison system now is like dudes have no problem literally doing a bid. Like motherfuckers do that shit on their back. Nah, not me. I tell them every time I talk to them, no matter who it is, whether it's paper, whether it's tea, whether it's ink, I tell them I never look back. I don't care how comfortable they make it. I can't be comfortable sitting in a cell with another dude telling street stories all day until literally like you can't talk no more. And it's crazy, man. And I hope they have the kind of mentality that I have, because a lot of them are doing a lot of time. Or combined, they probably doing over 50 years, and some of them already have done 18, 12 years. So hopefully, they don't get too comfortable to where it's nothing to them to go back, because man, listen, I I can't do it again. I did them 5 years. I came home. I haven't looked back. They try to get me, but listen, I can't. But anyways, I want to talk about like my experiences and meeting a lot of these guys, and the memories that we made under them circumstances. You feel what I'm saying? And it really start like I really want to start where it kind of was the beginning of my like who I've become, right? So go to court. I didn't go to trial. I took a plea, right? 10 suspended after 5. Bam, did that. Now I turn myself in. We go in. When you go in and you got more than two, I think it's 2 years in a day or some shit like that, they send you to assessment up the way. So when you go to assessment, that's basically like you're supposed to be there for like I think a couple weeks allegedly, but you go there and it's a prison connected to another prison, right? So an assessment, they just you go up there, they give you these mental tests and they assess you. You know what I mean? They want to see if you. I almost said something crazy, but they want to see if you slow or they need to see where you're at mentally. So you see mental health, you see medical, you take these little academic tests, you do all of that. I got there probably September 2012, and I'm thinking in my head like, yeah, I'm gonna be here for a couple weeks because that's what everybody was telling me. Man, I was in assessment for like a month and a half, bruh. And there you can't get no TV. I came in with some change, you know what I mean. I came in with a little bit of fetty. So I'm like, yeah, I got money on my books, so I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get established in there. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a TV. They like, yo, assessment, you can only have a beeper radio, right? You can't buy no sneakers. I'm in there with the county Bruce Lee's on. I'm in there with the little comb that you get off commissary. I got the little patty because I went in with the Albie short curls. Now it's a patty because I ain't shaved. I ain't got a cut in a minute. I'm in there stressed out. I'm in there listening to damn, what was out at the time? They had just dropped that ASAP Rocky, 2 Chainz and Drake, that Problem and with Kendrick. They just had dropped that. I'm listening to that on the radio. I'm in there stressed out because I'm like, damn, bro, I'm in for the long haul. Like, I'm in assessment. I got this big ass jumper on. I got a peck of wood next door to me. On the other side is another peck of wood. They was racist as hell, but they was playing it cool because we under some circumstances where you really can't be on some rah rah shit because you in assessment and you don't want to fuck everything up before you get to your destination where you'll be at for a minute. But I had all of these fucking Peckerwoods around me. I had a celly. His name was shout out my man Sonny, bro. Real creepy type of dude from Hartford, right? Bro was locked up. From what he told me, he was locked up because he was smoking that wet. He was smoking that water. He got butt naked and jumped through the Taco Bell drive-through window and had a knife on him. and they called the boys, and I guess he got like 2 or 3 years for that. And me and him used to rock out. I started chopping it up with him, and me and him got to be real cool because we were cellies and we had to kind of tolerate. But I'm like in my head in the streets, I want to rock out with a dude like this because I'm saying I used to deal with the wet, so it's like I already know how you get down. You'll stare at the sun for 5 hours straight with no glasses on, no shades. My boy had alopecia, diabetes. He was dealt a bad hand in life, bro. For real, he had me like, damn, bro. I'm glad I ain't got none of this shit. They did think I had diabetes the first week I was in assessment though, cause my blood sugar was high. Cause all I did in the streets before I came in was drink, eat a dozen donuts to the face, smoke. You know what I mean? Like I was out of pocket. But that month and some change that I was in assessment. I mean, I was in there with Sway. He ended up getting sent to the hospital. He ended up catching like MRSA or some crazy shit from when we was in a boxing county. And I ain't see him. Last time I seen him was like at some point a few days after we got to assessment. I ain't see him again until we both was home. Like they airlifted him up out of the assessment joint, sent him to the hospital. He mad sick. My man Theo was like, yeah, my man was in there throwing up, shitting. His tattoo on his arm was all fucked up. I'm like, damn, my man's is all fucked up in here. But I was over there on the other side chilling. He was in I forget if it was B or M, but I was in one of them. He was in the other, it was a bubble, a police bubble, separating the two blocks. So I really couldn't chop it up with him. We were cellies from the day we went in all the way until we went up to assessment. But that assessment shit was no joke, bro. And at the time I was in assessment, they were turning the block into the gang block. So it was gonna be like phase 1 and 2, basically, like where they putting cages outside so the inmates can't be with each other. They putting all of these. It's like a maze of just chains and gates. And I'm like, damn, they stopped us from going outside. I was tight because I'm like, damn, I kind of was enjoying going outside because we was in the cell all day. You get like an hour of rec twice a day in assessment, but that shit wasn't about nothing. The TV room packed. They in there watching bullshit. It was just a bad situation, bro. But from there, I ended up going to McDougal, right? So I get to McDougal. It's like probably a Wednesday night, Wednesday evening. I pull up to the block. Now, this is the block that I will eventually be in for the next 2.5 years. And it was the school block, M1. So I get there, a couple months go by, and I end up starting to see a lot of people that I went to school with. I see my man Doug in there. I see my man Neil in there from Bridgeport. I seen a few people in there, and it was like, all right, I'm starting to adjust to the jail shit. Like, I wasn't really focusing on what was going on outside the walls, and started focusing on how I could get a routine and adjust to this new lifestyle that I have to live for the next couple years. So when I get to McDougal, excuse me, when I get to McDougal, they put me in a cell. I never forget this. I was in 28 cell with this old ass angry Spanish dude named Ivan, right? And Ivan was in jail because somebody put some crazy charges on him. He took it to trial. The lawyer was in cahoots with somebody on the other side, and they smoked his boots. Gave this nigga like 8 years. I'm like, sheesh. Every day he waking up with the ice grill, and he one of them old Spanish niggas, gray hair on the top, and his mustache is gray. He walk around with his hands crossed behind his back like an old Asian dude. Like he wasn't having none of that. And I'm fresh in, so when you a youngin' and you fresh in, you kind of still got like what they will call in prison savage tendencies, like motherfucker farting, not getting on that bowl and flushing it, motherfucker yelling through the door all night, and my celly on the bed trying to watch motherfucking Univision or something. Like it was, I was just wilding out. I was what 19. You feel me? Going on 20 when I was in the cell with him. So he was kind of like, nah, man, I gotta get up out of this cell. But what happened is my man ended up moving in 25 cell, which was a few cells down to the right of me. And I kind of didn't want to leave 28 cell because it was a handicap cell, so it was super duper big. So I'm like, hey, at the time I ain't had a TV, but it was on the way. But I ended up getting a CD player from my man Ramon. Shout out to my man Ramon because he went home. So he left me a CD player with the adapter and some headphones. I already had a pair of headphones, so I sold the headphones he gave me, kept them. So now I got a little bit of, property, so I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm like, damn, I can't wait for my TV to come, bro. I get my TV, and once I got my TV, I calmed all of that extra shit that I was doing down. I ain't want to talk to nobody. I just wanted to watch the TV. I started drawing. I'm reading books, hub books. That's why I read like Blood of My Brother, um, motherfucking what's that? Cartel 2, uh what was that other shit? Midnight, Coldest Winter Ever. I'm reading all them her books in there. And I read books before I went to prison, but from 2010 to like 2012, I was not reading no books. I didn't care. I was outside, I was wilding out. But once my TV came, I started getting a little routine. I still wasn't working out, and I was a little chubby. I'm chubby like now, but I was chubbier back then because I was young. I was just living unhealthy. So then we in there, in 28 cell, me and him really not seeing eye to eye. He angry all day. I'm getting, I'm starting to get mail. He ain't getting no mail. Fucking niggas coming to my door, dropping off trays, dropping off CDs, dropping off snacks. So he kind of seeing me like getting in tune with the block. Like I'm starting to meet people. I'm starting to really build relationships with everybody. But it's prison relationships, so it's not like, oh, this is my best friend now. Nah, it's like, he cool. He from Hartford. He from New Haven. He from Glastonbury or some backwoods town out in Connecticut. But I'm, kind of meeting everybody and chopping it up with them, so they getting to know me. I'm getting to know them. So I'm like, I bet. Now he's seeing all that, so I think he dropping slips on me because they called me into the counselor's office one day, like, yo, you want to move to another cell? So I'm like, I didn't put in a request to, move cells, so I don't know what's going on. But like I said, my man was in 25 cell, so he like, yo, I had told him what happened because I told him I don't know yet. Just let me think about it, and I'll get back to y'all. He like, yo, I heard niggas called you in the counselor's office asking if you wanted to move. So that right there let me know motherfuckers talk a lot in prison. So I'm like, yeah, he like, yo, fuck that. Just moving with me. I forget his name, but like it's like he one of them dudes I knew from the street, but I never knew his name. He was from Stanford. And we was just cool, like we never had a problem. So I'm like, I bet. That day, like at 5, right after they served child, they like, yo, brought me my bags, yo, you moving to 25 cell. This nigga has me moving to cell just for him to go home, like probably 2 3 months, 2 3 weeks later. So now I'm in there. They move this Jamaican dude in my cell, right? Chubby nigga. This nigga got the skibbies on, but he broke the backs down, so they like slip-ons. Nigga smell funky as hell. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm getting a little bit more into this bid, so I don't want no nasty nigga in the cell. Basically, like nigga was his hygiene was not even like up to par. Minimally, like bro smelled crazy. All he used to do is he used to make picture frames out of the ramen soup packages. So the nigga would make these shits and they was fire. I wasn't buying them, but they was fire. But I mean, I was there at this point for a few months, so you know what I mean. I had to go write the counselor, and I'm like, yeah, this dude to myself, me and him not seeing eye to eye. He's unhygienic, like he don't brush his teeth, his butt stink basically. Pause. So then I had a nigga a few cells down from me that was in 27 cell. Nigga named T. Now, T was one of them dudes. He used to walk around the block. He used to spin the block. Like, he used to just do his rounds, walking on the bottom tier, just walking around the whole day room, just headphones on, me mugging. This nigga looked like the black dude from Blood Diamond, the African nigga. You heard? He looked mean. He ice grilling, but me and him used to chop it up. And when he talked to me, if you know me, you know I'm a silly nigga. Like, I crack jokes on everybody. So niggas used to crack jokes, and he used to break that me mug shit. Like, he used to crack a smile, laugh. So I told him, like, yo, moving the cell with me, I moved this fat nigga up out of my cell. Me and you can, be bunkies, and you already know. Once you in there with me, nigga, we eating good, we chilling, we gonna be laughing every day, bro. Listen, he ended up moving into my cell. He went from being that mean looking, skinny, bald head black African nigga, because he was blacker than a motherfucker. That nigga was black as midnight. He went from looking mean and mad and angry at the world to he got more laid back. He started laughing. He started coming out the wreck more. He chopping it up with everybody that I'm chopping it up with, and niggas started having their own inside jokes, talking shit about the CEOs, talking shit to the CEOs. So I mean, like, and we in a level 4, so it's really not much movement throughout the prison. So you either going to church, you going to you going to religious services. They had intramural basketball. They had motherfucking gym rec, like shit like that. He wasn't doing none of that until he moved in the cell with me. So we start chopping it up. Me and him get real tight. So now I'm like, yeah, this my boy. We chilling that motherfucking child one day. Now it's me, my man T, and 2 other people, right? So one of the dudes, he's sitting across from me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, I'm like, cuz look mad familiar. Like, I don't know him, but it's like I'm gotta know somebody in his family. He got a very, very familiar face. So me and him chopping it up one day. I was on the phone right before me and him started chopping it up. I was on the phone with my brother Ja, right? Ja been my man since kids. Like, we was little. So I'm telling the dude that I'm locked up with, like, yeah, I was just on the phone with my nigga Ja. I mean, he just bought a brand new Yamaha all-one carbon fiber body, chrome rims, cause niggas was on their bike shit back then. He go, Ja, what's his name? I ain't gonna say his name on the pod, but I say his name. He like, where was his last name? I say his last name. He like, yo, get the fuck out of here. He like, yo, that's my little cousin, bro. I'm like, word? I'm like, word? I'm like, nigga, that's my brother. When I tell you, me and him been like solid since we was kids. I'm talking about little kids, no facial hair, young in the face. Like, that's my brother. He today, now Jai's my daughter's godfather. So once I find out that Fleet, because Fleet is the dude's name, once I find out that he's family with my bro, me and him got super duper tight. Then he put me on game. At this point, I'm going on 7, 8 months. And I mean, I've been through a couple lockdowns, strip searches, all of that. So now I'm bidding. Shit still ain't hit me, but I'm bidding. So then me and him, we start chopping it up. He put me on the hustle on the block. He like, yo, I make s'mores. So in jail, s'mores is basically an oatmeal cookie, some fluff, marshmallow fluff, Hershey bar, a Swiss roll. It depends on who you ask. But we was putting oatmeal cream cookie, motherfucking marshmallow cream, Hershey bar, and oatmeal cream pie, all in one. On the bottom was another oatmeal cookie. Wrap that motherfucker up, make about 20, 30 of them shits, bring them out the rack, and you sell them. Bro, when I tell you Flea was trapping them shits like he was trapping them shits like how niggas was trapping platinum in 2020. You heard? This nigga had the platinum cookies in prison, basically. So like he put me up on game, and then he showed me like basically how to re-up and get somebody to go to the store for you about $15 deep, get all the things you need. In return, you get them some soup, so you get them something, you know what I mean, that they want. So we had that going for like a good year, bro. And that whole year, I'm just sitting there bidding, but it still ain't hit me. Like I'm not really like finding myself. I'm not really coming into adulthood yet. I'm still like teenage mind me, like young me, YN me. You know what I'm saying? That was Jay Sean basically. So we doing that. More niggas is moving to the block. The low Ray Wise came to the block. I ain't seen him in a minute, so we start chopping it up. But that Fleet end up leaving. Fleet was in a cell with this nigga named Polo, another old Spanish nigga, right? I believe he was a Latin king. So Fleet like, yo, I'm my level dropping. I'm going to level 3. Yo, moving to cell with Polo. I left something for you. So when he say that, I'm like, damn, I can't leave my man T. Like, me and T been rocking out. So I go back, I holla at T. I'm like, yo, this nigga want me to move in the cell with him. He like, who? I'm like, Polo. Now, T and Polo never used to really get along, but they tolerated each other because we was in prison. The nigga Polo used to say, like, mad crazy shit, like, you big head black African motherfucker coming from a Spanish nigga. That shit sound crazy. Like, so T used to be like, I'll fuck this nigga up. He ever get it twisted. But for staying out of trouble's sake, like he just be like, nah, I'ma just chill. We in a level 4. You get a class A for fighting in there. They coming through, macing the whole block, beating the shit out of you when they bring you down to the hole. So he go, I mean, it's up to you. He was like some man to man shit. It's up to you. If you want to move in with him, go ahead. Listen, I ended up moving in with this nigga because, like I said, Flea said he left me something in there. He didn't want to bring it out the cell. So he left like a good size amount of weed in there. So I'm moving the cell with Polo because Polo was a 10 and he was able to pull some strings with the counselor. The nigga ends up rolling this shit up. Put, he did the whole, well, y'all don't know, for y'all who ain't go to prison, you gotta put like towel under the door, tissue in the cracks of the door so the smoke don't get out. He rolling this shit up in the toilet paper wrapper, which was basically bamboo paper, but it had like a greenish dye on it. And I'm like, bro, I ain't smoking. I hit it because I knew about the one hitters way before I came to prison. I'm like, I hit that shit out of a pen top before I smoked that shit. Like, nigga, we not in the street. You out here rolling Cheech and Chong fucking doobies and shit. Like, so we smoking that shit. He get mad paranoid. He keep going to the door. I'm just sitting in a chair in the cell watching my TV. He keep like, he just moving mad funny, and I'm like, bro, you gonna get the attention of the boys, and we both going to jail. And when we say going to jail, when we in prison, which means you going to the box, nigga. That's what we used to call it. Like, oh, nigga going to jail. Stupid. Anyways, I didn't know that the block rats lived right next door to us, and you can hear all the conversations you have through the vent because our vents was connected. In between each cell was the plumbing system, and in that plumbing system they had the vents connected to it, so you could hear everything him and I was talking about. More than likely they heard us, in there talking about the bud or whatever. One of the niggas, name is Fernando. This nigga walks up to the window and looks in the cell. Now, anybody that been to prison, looking in a nigga's cell, especially when it's lockdown time, complete violation. Automatic, you getting straight violated. But this nigga looks in the cell. I look at him and I screw my face up because I don't know this nigga. He look at me, he look at the nigga Polo. Now, when he keep it pushing, I get up and I'm looking out the window of the cell now, looking out the door. So I'm watching him. He come past the cell and we right in front of the steps. So he see me come up to the door as he's going down the steps. So he look back up. Then I see the nigga go to the bubble with a police hat. So now I'm like kind of paranoid, but I still got that street mentality. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't think he said anything to the police, but he definitely looked like he did because when he went to the bubble, he started talking through the little hole in front of the bubble where they hand you slips and shit. And he looked back up and then he continued to talk, but nothing came from that night. Nigga Polo still paranoid. He talking about if that dude rat us out, he gonna slit his throat. He talking all this crazy shit. He like, I'll hog. No, he said I'll tie his neck to his feet. So every time he try to relax and he untenses his body, it'll choke him out. Like, he used to say some crazy shit. So then fucking few months go by, I start getting the rundown on the two people that live next door. So they're like, yeah, they brothers, they both rats. The niggas are telling you like, don't do this, don't do that around them. So I kind of was like walking on eggshells when them niggas came around because I used to peep. They used to observe so much. They used to stand in the corner of the block while we was at rec. They used to watch who was passing shit to the bottom tier because we was on the top. They used to watch people who was talking to people on the door, eavesdropping. And then, like, I noticed a few people that they were watching and observing. Them niggas used to go missing. Like, they'll end up going, oh, go down to the counselor's office or go down to medical. Next thing you know, niggas getting piss tested and going to the fucking box. So now I'm like, I gotta move a little bit more militant in here because at the time I'm moving like comfortably, too comfortable, and you can't get too comfortable in prison. So basically, we kind of chill with the smoking and shit because niggas was getting super duper high. Like I was getting high, not like how I was getting on the street, but I was getting buzzed in there like every other week. So then I'm like, yo, we either gotta get these niggas off the block or I'm gonna get out of the block. But at the time they had me enrolled in school, and when you in school in the prison system, they kind of treat you like a little nigga. Like you can't not miss no days of school. You gotta go up there, even if you got your diploma already. Until you get your diploma, they not gonna let you not go to school. So I'm doing that shit, and that right there prevented me from moving to another block. I signed up for vocab. They like, well, you ain't got your diploma yet, so you can't do vocab. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I rocked out in that block for another 6 months. Next thing you know, they like, yo, you moving. So they end up moving me up out of the cell with Polo to matter of fact, I wasn't even in the cell with Polo. This is the part that I just skipped over this shit. So one day, niggas is chilling in the day room. Nigga passed nigga Polo something. I pee, but I mind my business. We watching motherfucking we watching, damn, what was that shit, yo, that used to come on TV? I forget what the fuck this show was. We used to watch this shit every single week. Um, I forget the show, but we was watching America's Got Talent. I'm thinking I was about to say American Idol. We watching America's Got Talent in the day room. Nigga passed this nigga something. I mind my business. Whatever it was, this nigga goes back into the cell. He takes it. We lock up. I come back in the cell. This nigga's in bed already. I'm talking about under the covers, sheets pulled all the way up to the bottom of his chin. He watching his TV. We don't really talk much that night. I'm like, fucking, I'm about to lay it down, watch some Arsenio later on at night. I'm chilling. And about like 11 p.m., this nigga gets up and just starts throwing up. I'm talking about he throwing up like he was drinking without eating. Like he dry heaving all of that shit. So now I'm like, yo, what's good with you, bro? Because if you doing them type of things in the cell, you gonna draw attention. So this nigga throwing up. He sweating. His back sweating. He sweating so much, I start to smell him. Like I could smell his BO. I'm like, nigga, you sweating, you throwing up. What the fuck did you take? He like, yo, I took some boxing. I'm like, what? I never heard of this shit like that because it's a thing in prison that they take. But he took some of that and he took a nice amount too. So this nigga literally throwing up all night. He go back to sleep probably around like 2. This nigga wake up in the morning, he throwing up again. And he a tearman, so he got to go out, serve breakfast. He ain't even get up out of his bed for that shit. They came, popped the door at like 4 something in the morning. That nigga got up, closed that shit, went right back to sleep. So I guess them niggas next door, like I was saying, dropped a dime. Next thing you know, I get up. Now it's around like 8:15. I wake up, I go to the sink. I go to brush my teeth. Water coming out, like barely coming out of the sink. I go to flush the toilet not flushing. So I'm like, hey, yo, Polo, the fucking water is off? I never been through this shit before. This is my first time. So he like, yeah, the water's off. He already knew because I'm assuming he probably went to go use the bathroom while I was asleep and the shit wasn't, and I'm saying the shit wasn't flushing. So he like, yeah, I think they might do some drug tests. So I'm like, drug tests? At the time, I'm not riding dirty. My urine is clean. It's been a hot minute since I smoked some bud. So I'm like, hey, there's no guilty conscience. It's like I don't have a guilty conscience. If they call me, because it's random, they'll just call a random bunch of niggas down. Fucking, they end up calling into the cell through the speaker like, Pantoya, come down, urine. So he got mad pep in his step. He get up, he go down there, overly confident. He joking with niggas that's down there standing in front of the bubble. The mother niggas is looking nervous. I'm just standing there at my door looking out the window like, oh shit. Needless to say, that was the last time I seen Polo. After that, I ended up getting moved to iPod. iPod was the motherfucking, basically, you go and train to be a carpenter or some computer technology shit. You basically training to pick up a trade. I get there, so now at this point, it's like, what, motherfucking 2 years done went by. I go to class one day, and we ain't even do shit in that class other than be on a computer. We on a computer. I'm on a computer and shit. And I'm like, the whole time I'm just thinking like, damn, bro, I'm really in prison. I'm thinking back to like in the streets where I'm like, I never would have imagined that I'd be in here for this long around niggas doing basically life. Cause there was niggas in there doing, whoo, I'm talking about 40 years, 45 years. So I go back to my cell. Now I'm stressing. I'm stressing because I'm like, bro, I ain't got no ass in a minute. Like I can't do shit. Like I'm just in here. I'm existing. I'm not living. It shit hit me. After 2 years, that shit hit me, bro. It was like, damn, I really need to change my life. Like I'm looking back. I'm reflecting on all the dumb shit I was doing in the streets, all the shit I was talking to people, all the tough guy shit I was doing. And it's like, damn, y'all, I got away with so much shit. And now I'm in prison paying for all the shit that I did. And I can't do shit about it. Like, I can't go back to court. Like, I copped out. Like, it's, you sitting. I'm here. And now for a whole 2 days, bro, I'm just in there, like, stressed out. I barely spoke to niggas. I was just listening to, at this time, fucking, I think Mastermind, that Rick Ross album had just dropped. I'm just listening to that shit on repeat, a full album just on repeat. And at this time, I'm not writing no music yet. I'm not working out or nothing. But after them couple days of me stressing, it's like something turned on in me, and I feel like I always say like the maturity, like I don't know what it was, but it was like something woke up in me, and I just started moving different. My thought process of doing things was different. It wasn't just reacting and impulsive shit. It was more like, let me just move calculated and strategically through this shit so I could get the fuck up out of here. Cause at the time, like, mad shit was going on. Mad shit was going on in the streets, but I'm thinking in my head, like, ain't nothing I could do about it, so I don't give a fuck about it. And then fucking Mom Dukes got sick. So now that shit is weighing on my mind heavy. Then what the fuck happened next? Something else had happened. And it just, like I said, it woke up this ambitious, strategic, militant minded soldier in me. It was like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I gotta do this bid the most efficient way I can. So like I said, I was in there with the nigga Ray Wash. So nigga put me up on game like, yo, you gotta work out, you gotta write music, you gotta do this, that, and the third. So I followed through what he said. Like I started working out. I dropped like 15 pounds in a month. I'm going out to the fucking yard. I'm doing dips, push-ups, burpees. I'm doing all that jailhouse calisthenic shit. So now I'm like, shit, my body getting right. Started reading a little bit more books, but now these books was about the music business. I got them from my man O.A.T.H. Right? Shout out to my man O.A.T.H. I hope he's doing well. I can't find him, but wherever you at in the world, my nigga, I'm saying, you consistently cross my mind, but I hope you good. But like he giving me these how to run a label, how to market, like just all these music industry books, because he was a music industry nut. Like he wanted to break into the industry. This nigga was writing music like kind of like Eric Bellinger. Like he was writing these love songs and all this fly shit with these melodies like they have today. And this was 2014, 15. So I'm like, damn, yo, this dude is talented, but he doing fucking 50 years. And he been doing time since like basically 1990 before I was born. So I'm like, damn, I'm picking up so much like jewels that he dropping. And I'm like, you know what? If I ever, am doing some music thing and you out, like I'm gonna reach back for you and bring you with me, because he was definitely a talented person. But like he put me on all these books. I'm reading all these books. I'm working out. We ain't really, chop it up as much as I would have liked. But from the shit that he taught me and the shit that he put in my mind, I'm like, all right, bro, I really appreciate a dude like that, especially in prison, because you can't trust everybody and you can't assume niggas got your best interest. But my man O'Malley definitely looked out for them books. I need to buy them books now that I'm back in the streets and brush up on them. But anyways, we in there, we what do you call it? We programming. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I I'm bidding now. Can't nobody tell me shit. Like I'm an inmate. Like, cause dudes in there be like, yo, I ain't an inmate. I was an inmate. I was institutionalized like a motherfucker. Police could talk all the shit they want to me. Ain't nothing I could do about it. I just take that shit. Pause. I used to just be like, whatever, my nigga. You gonna be here way longer than I am. You gotta come to this prison every day. I'm only here for 5 joints. You feel me? And at this point, I only had like 3 years left. So fucking I'm in there and shit. I got over my little stressing phase, and then I just started going hard, like I said, with the workouts and tapping in with certain individuals. And then I ran into my man Aunt Money. Now Aunt, he from the hood, he from the Terrace in Bridgeport, and he was locked up since 2008, I believe. 2008, 2009. So we ain't seen each other in a minute. We start chopping it up. I get with him, and he put me up on a lot of game. But he was one of them dudes where he cared about like the hood and shit a lot. And he used to talk about like, when I go home, I'm gonna go get me a motherfucking this, that, and the third, and wham. And I'm like, bro, times is changing. I'm like, by the time niggas get home, the world gonna be different, bro. I said, if it's gonna be different for me, and I'm only doing 5 at the time. He was doing 18, so I'm like, by the time you touch down, niggas probably gonna be flying cars and all types of crazy shit. That's how you think when you in jail, though. Like, you don't see the evolution of the streets and how who the people who was YNs when you was home, they now the big homies. You feel it? And now you the or you the OG, or you just a washed old nigga that's still living in the 2000s or mid 2000s. And I'm like, you don't want to be like that, bro. I said, shit gonna change, and you just gotta get with the times. Luckily, he came home and got on his shit, but unfortunately, like I said, been what do you call it, corresponding with him through Securus. He back in, but I mean, he got a little light sign. He should be home by next summer, 2027. You heard? But all of these people I met, I learned so much from. And a lot of the other like side of it is I learned the bullshit niggas be on. A lot of like how it's gossiping in the street is gossiping in prison too. But the only thing is, ain't no internet to run to. You gotta face that shit head on. And a lot of people run from the fade, as they say. Like a lot of dudes will be gossiping, talking about a nigga. I seen so many fights in there over niggas just saying he said, and I heard, and they said, and niggas said, and niggas said. And it was just all misunderstandings. It was just all people taking a story, running with it, but adding extras on it, and then telling somebody else with those extras on it. So you putting extra toppings on shit and not realizing that you just blowing the situation up to make it even more toxic or hazardous to everyone. And I mean that it actually has to do something with. And one thing I learned in there though is niggas talk about all of the gay shit that be going on, right? And I ain't got no problem with the LGBTQ and all of that. I ain't got a problem with them, but it was like you don't want that around you when you locked up, especially when you moving, where you gang affiliated and you got respect on the block, and niggas, hold you to a certain standard. You don't want those type of rumors following you, and you don't want that type of shit on your name. Period, because it always reaches the street. So I used to see a lot of creepy shit going on. So now, like, when people ask me, like, yo, do niggas be getting, R-worded in jail? I'm like, bro, ain't no such thing. Unless there's a dude in there that's on some Gorgeous George shit. And if niggas been in prison, you know about Gorgeous George. Unless it's a nigga like Gorgeous George, everything in there is consensual, bro. Dudes feel like they missing out. They fiending for a touch of another person, and instead of just, going in the shower, rubbing one out, niggas just in there laying in the bed with each other. I got stories for days. Them stories will eventually be, broadcasted, but for right now, we sticking to this script. But I just seen like so much weird shit going on, especially in level 4s. Level 3s is crazy, but level 4s is like you really gotta be maneuvering to do some freaky shit in there. And niggas was getting it done. Like, there was this one dude named Sonny, right? Not my old celly. It was this another nigga named Sonny. I was around this nigga most of the time I was in McDougal. See, I had no clue. This nigga was a moot. I'm talking about flamer. I'm talking about super duper feminine. Like, this nigga, like, probably 250, pure muscle, bald head. And there was no cues. Like, there was nothing that let me know that he was on this type of time. And I used to buy, like, CDs off of him, because he used to have, like, all the throwback R&B. Like, nigga had Donnell Jones. This nigga had Flowetry. This nigga had motherfucking Kelly Price. He had so much throwback R&B. Now, looking back at it, as I'm saying it now, it's like, I should have known. But at the time, I'm like, our relationship was based off of the type of R&B he had, because he had that neo soul music, soul child type shit, and that's what I was into at the time. I'm like, I don't really want to be listening to YG and all that gangster shit while I'm in here, because it's gonna have me on bullshit. So I'm buying all of these CDs off of him. One day a nigga pulled me to the side. My nigga Face, right? Nigga was from Nutty Block. He was from Sacramento, but he came out here, hit something up, and ended up getting like 20 years. So he telling me like, yeah, that nigga, nigga gay, bro. So I'm like, nah, this nigga, the nigga that be doing push-ups, he like, yeah, that nigga gay, bro. Why you think he in the cell by himself? I'm over here doing the motherfucking weed bay, like, mouth open, arms crossed, backing up, shaking my head. I'm like, word. The nigga like, yeah, that nigga gay, bro. You gotta watch it back around that nigga. He like, I be seeing you talking to him, and y'all be talking for a little bit too long. And he like, you don't want that shit getting back to M Block or any of these other blocks. And then now niggas is saying, they was calling me Jay in the prison. So they like, you don't want niggas saying Jay on some mook shit, or he doing some gay shit with this nigga Sonny. So I ain't gonna hold you. I kept it all the way 1,000. I'm like, I ain't got no problem with that nigga and his lifestyle, but I'm gonna talk to him. So one day the nigga Sonny come to my cell, and he like, yo, I got that Beyonce album. That's called Beyonce. That shit had like EXO on it. That shit had Rocket on it. Drunken Love. So I wanted that CD, right? So he like, yo, I got it. Yo, give me $10. So I'm like, man, that's kind of steep. But my celly like, yo, I'll throw you, a motherfucking honey bun, this, that, and the third. Just give me this, and I'll give him the other 5. You give him 5, give me this, and I'll give him the other 5. Bam. He looked out, got me right. So as he's handing off the CD, nigga got it wrapped in mad toilet paper. He handing off the CD. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna holler at you when I come out for rec, because he was on the bottom tier. So when we come out for rec, me and him walking around the joint. Now, I'm back in my mind, I'm like, I'm wilding for even walking around with this nigga, but I need to get some shit off my chest, because I needed to be understood where I stand in this situation. So I tell a nigga like, bro, why you ain't tell me you was win, well, boom. He like, bro, that shit don't matter. Like, I ain't, like, you not my type. I'm like, hey, yo, But we chopped it up, and I'm like, yeah, bro, as long as we in the same block, we really can't be kicking it like this. Like, respectfully, this is the last time I'm gonna really chop it up with you. I'm good on the music for now. Bam. I'm in the block for another couple months. I see a nigga come in the block. He start chopping it up with him that I know. So now I'm like, nah, now what Face did for me, I gotta do for my man. So I pull him to the side. Well, not pull him to the side, but I go to his door one day. Not supposed to be talking on the door, but I go up to his door and I basically say in the wall, like, yo, that nigga Sonny, CO like, yo, back away from the door. So my man look at me, he give me the understand now, like I understood, bam. I slide off. I see him talking to him when they go out the wreck. He talking to Sonny. I see Sonny looking at the nigga. Kind of like, I don't know what my man said to him, but it looked like Sonny wanted to basically hook off on him. He probably was most likely a little bit more disrespectful, because he was younger than me. So I'm like, yeah, he probably was wilding out on this nigga, said some wild, disrespectful shit. But they ended up not talking no more. Then the nigga come to me, the nigga Sonny come to me like, yo, what you told him. So now I'm like, this nigga done threw me in the motherfucking in the ring with this bullshit. And I just told him like, yo, I just let him know your preference just so he's informed. So nothing comes from y'all being associated and niggas, cause niggas be talking. Luckily, nothing came from any of that shit, bro, because I feel like I was protected majority of the time I was locked up. Like, I only been in one fight. I never really got jammed up until later on in my bid when it came to like going to the box and shit like that. So nothing came from that. One day I'm chilling. At this point, it's been like 2.5 years, bro. Level done been dropped. I'm supposed to be in a level 3 by now. And like, I'm tight because I'm like, damn, like I can't wait to get to a level 3. So it's commissary day. And commissary and McDougal used to come at like 6 in the morning. Damn near 7 the latest. So one day, I'm laying in my bed and shit. I don't think I had commissary coming that day because I usually get up for breakfast on commissary day. But I'm laying in the bed one day. I'm watching motherfucking early in the morning in jail on the CW. They used to play Jerry Springer reruns. So I'm watching Jerry Springer and shit. Lieutenant come through, right? Brass come through. He walking past everybody's cell, so he passed my shit. Cool dude too, black dude named Payne. So when he get to the bottom tier, he like, all I hear is, you hear the keys, you hear the boots, you hear him going down the steps, and then you can hear him, shit just stop. This nigga goes, fuck you doing in the bed with him? Bro, when I tell you that shit cracked through the silence in that block because it's early in the morning and you hear what you doing in the bed with him, bro, everybody got up. Nigga, all you saw was two heads in each little window. One on the top, one on the bottom, my nigga. Niggas, everybody at their door looking. So he had one of the cells on the bottom. So it was these two weird looking dudes on the bottom tier. No one spoke to him. No one acknowledged them because they just looked like chomo. So it was kind of like, let them niggas do their biz. Ain't nobody bothering them. So I hear him go, yo, pop the cell. You hear the door pop. So now everybody at their door, like I said, he go in the cell. He like, yo, what you doing in the bed with him, bruh? If you know me, like I said, I'm a funny nigga. Like, I have jokes for everything, and them jokes come to me quick. Bro, I just look at my celly. I forget who my celly was at the time. I think it was this nigga named Rob from New Haven. I just look at him like, yo, them niggas was laid up, breakfast in bed type shit. Me and this nigga in there dying. This nigga Rob on his bunk holding his gut laughing. This nigga goes in the cell. He like, yeah, yo, don't let me catch up. Like, he could have did them filthy. He could have sent them niggas to the box, but them niggas looked so crazy. Like, it wouldn't have done no good. Like, they mad little, two white boys. Them niggas just look crazy, bruh. And me and this nigga up there cracking mad jokes about this shit. And once I seen that, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm really in here. I used to always say that. It was like I had to pinch myself. I'm really in here with a bunch of crazy people, yo. Cause in the street in my life, I felt like I had no crazy people. You know, we all got family members and people we know that's like mentally challenged and shit. But in there, it's just so raw and so like in your face. I'm like, bro, niggas is really in here laid up in the bed like they had a bed and breakfast, bro. And we just in there joke, cause it's like all you could really do is joke about some shit like that, cause you ain't gonna get mad. It ain't you. It ain't your people's. But that shit was crazy. So like I said, my level had dropped. I'm waiting to go to a level 3. I'm in this vocab class. It ain't going nowhere. They done took $20 off my books for these classes. So I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I can't wait to get up out of here. Like 4 months go by and I was at level 3. They finally called me. So they like, yeah, you know, pack your shit. You out of here. You getting transferred. So they know where you going. They not going to tell you sometimes. But I'm stressing like, yo, where am I going? I'm not trying to get the Osborne. Like I'm praying niggas don't send me the Osborne CI, bro. They like, nah. One of the COs in the AP room, I've known him my whole bid, and I never gave him no problem. So me and him kind of had, mutual respect for each other. Maybe me more than him, but he was like, nah, you going to Rogowski. So I don't know nothing about Rogowski, so I'm asking the other niggas I'm getting transferred with. And all of them is going to Osborne. So I'm going to Rogowski. Niggas like, word? Nigga, you just came off. Nigga, that's a dorm. That shit open. You out all day loving hip hop. All-Star weekend. You lit. So now I'm hype. I'm like, what? I was just in a level 4 where you locked down majority of the day. You only come out like an hour and a half twice a day. So I'm happy as hell. This is the first time I'm leaving this prison in years. So we get outside. They pack us all in this big ass white bus, just like in the movies, bro. Pack us in this white bus, but this bus ain't got no windows. It's dark as fuck in this bus. The only windows is the windshield. And it was like I was locked up for so long at that point. In my mind, cars look different. But then I started seeing the newer cars, and I'm like, yo, cars look crazy futuristic now. Mind you, it's only been like 2-3 years. I'm just like happy to be outside, smelling fresh air on the street. Man, listen, I get the motherfucking Rogowski. They moved me in, I believe it was like A dorm, right? And Rogowski's broken down into 4 different dorms in the main building, and then they have an annex building in the back. And the annex building is like little huts. Like it's basically like a camp. So they moved me to the A dorm. So I'm in there with my man Angelo, aka Paisan. My bunkie's name was D. There was this other nigga in the cube named Day Day. His bunkie was this dude named Shane, who was my man's. I'm trying to figure out where he at, cause that was my dog, little Mexican nigga, mad funny. This other nigga named Polo, white boy that sold meth, missing a fucking front tooth, and I forget the other nigga named Juice. Nigga named Juice from Hartford, right? Tatted up, real get money type nigga. So we all rocking out, we chilling. So it's mad of us in this dorm. So I'm getting to know everybody. Luckily, the cube next to me, I'm in cube 2. The cube 1 is a nigga from the hood. He from the terrace, from the North End. Nigga named Twin. Me and him chopping it up. So he asking about, mind you, I've been locked up for a minute, so I don't know what's going on in the hood. He asking me about all that shit, and I'm like, bro, all I can tell you is at like certain people that I'm still connected with that I may call or get a letter from. Like, I don't really know what's going on out there, but we all knew the same people. I've been hanging around the hood since 2004, 5. So we kind of knew new mutual people in the age range that we were. So now I know him. All my QBs was cool. Then there was other people in other cubes that I started to meet over time. I met my one of my high school friends' pops, right? My man Van Lauren. I met his pops. His pops was the barber in the block, so he was shaping me up and shit. We chopping it up, and just like with Fleet, I'm telling him about all the people I grew up with because he was telling me he was from Bridgeport, but he OG, so it's like, he ain't, I'm not thinking he gonna know the same people I know. So he like, yeah, da 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 da. So I mentioned the nigga Vin because we talking about doing music. I'm talking about doing music when I go home. He like, yeah, my son rap. I'm like, where, what's your son name? So he like, yeah, my son name is Vin Lauren on the internet. And I'm like, y'all went to school with homie and shit. So now I'm cool. Like I'm in a level 3. I'm happy. I'm bidding. I mean, at this point, I got mad CDs, like all the shit jail niggas really, really, really be flossing when you in there. I got mad CDs. I got a couple pair of feet. You know what I'm saying, fresh white tee every day. Barely going to child because my locker full. So I'm like, I'm comfortable now. I'm getting too comfortable though. So I'm in that doing with everybody for a minute. I get to know everybody to the point where now we all cooking, we all cooking up with each other. We chopping it up. I was in there for about 3 months. Shout out to my nigga Stu Beef, because nigga from Brooklyn, he know, Ziggy Zai or all my people from Brooklyn. So me and him start chopping it up. So that 3rd month, me and him really start building. Yo, for real, that was my nigga in the level 3 because me and him used to sit in front of our cubes. In each cube, every bunk had a chair. So that chair you could bring out to the floor to watch the main TV. Me and homie, we used to take our chairs from our bunks and put them right in front of our cubes, like right at the entrance on the side so people could get in and out. But we used to just sit there, chop it up like as if we was on motherfucking Eastern Parkway, bro. I'm talking about me and this nigga will chill there. I wouldn't even get on the phone. I wouldn't even watch no TV. Me and him would just chop it up the whole day in front of our cubes. We flaming niggas. I'm talking about going ham. We talking about ideas for t-shirts. He had a bunkie, right? Nigga name was Ken Berry. Black dude, funny looking motherfucker. So this nigga used to go to the bathroom late night and brush his teeth, and in the morning too. He used to brush his teeth, but this nigga used to be choking mad loud. Whole dorm hear this nigga choking. He like all that wild nasty shit, right? So one day his Shelly walked past us while we chilling in front of the cubes. So I'm like, yo, what's good with your Shelly when he be, your bunkie when he be fucking in the bathroom brushing his teeth? This nigga be DTing the shit out of his toothbrush. Me and this nigga just start fucking dying, nigga. I'm like, nigga, get rid of that fucking gag reflex. Niggas was like, hey, yo. Like, niggas was going crazy. And niggas was laughing so hard to the point where the CO started coming over and see what we was talking about. Because niggas used to have tears in their eyes dying. And I ain't gonna hold you. That shit made time speed up 10 times faster. Like, it'll be like Monday. Me and him would do that shit through Monday all the way through Saturday. And I'd be like, bro, it's another week down in this motherfucker. Right? Then, out of nowhere, having a good old time out of nowhere, bro. Fucking, they like, yo, you moving to the annex. So I'm like, me? Word? At this time, I got no DRs. I ain't got nothing on my record in prison. Like, I never been to the box. I ain't never been in trouble. Never had a dirty, nothing. Never even been to mental health besides when I went in for my sentences and assessment. So fucking, they like, yeah, you moving. So everybody in my cube like, oh shit, you late. You going down to the camp. So I'm like, hey, fuck it. I'm out. I end up, giving a few niggas in the dorm my info and shit. I skate off. It's about like a 4-minute walk and shit. You just pack your shit, throw it in a bin, roll your shit down there. So when I get in there, I'm like, oh, this shit lit. They got a little, it's like, basically the annex was like I said, it's like a camp. So I got these little huts, and each hut has about 2 or 3 dorms in it, but small dorms. So it's probably like 16, 17 people in each dorm. 16, 18 people in each dorm. So when I get in there, I look around and I'm like, oh shit, there's a few niggas I know in here that I knew since I was kids. Right? There's one nigga named Day Day, another nigga named 1-8, another nigga named Sin. You feel me? My nigga G was in there from Stone Ridge. It was a few people I know in there from the port. So we get in there and I just kind of like reverted a little bit back to my old self. I'm joking in there and laughing and shit, not realizing there's other niggas in the dorm from out of town and shit. So I'm like kind of comfortable around these niggas. Like I said, I was getting too comfortable. So we chopping it up. Then I meet my nigga Rich. Now Rich is somebody to this day is my nigga. He's also like a brother to me. Like this is my nigga. He from the Bronx. Tremont Anthony. So he ended up getting tight, real tight with me and my nigga G. Now we got the little trio in there where we every day we cooking up. Niggas is laughing, joking. Then a few months into me being in that dorm with everybody, my nigga John pull up. John from Hawaii and shit. So he one of them niggas that don't belong in prison, bro. Like this nigga when he first moved to the block, nigga mad skinny. He looked sad, like he was gonna cry at any given moment. We kind of just took this nigga under the wing, like, yo, come fuck with us. Like, we ain't gonna bully you. So that ended up benefiting us because this nigga, like, yeah, you know, my people got money, da-da-da-da. He talking about putting money on my books, on Rich books, putting money on the phone for niggas. So I'm like, oh, this nigga the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So we start chopping it up. This nigga literally like, yo, y'all ain't gotta go to commissary. I'm gonna go to commissary for all of us every single week. I'm like, nigga, say less. I'm finna stack up on CDs because that's all I wanted to do. Spend my money on CDs and video games. So he like, literally, he going 75 deep every single time he drop a slip. Bagels, motherfucking hot beef balls, mackerel, sardines, tuna, ground beef, shredded beef. All this shit on commissary, nigga. This nigga copping. And all he doing is saying, yo, here, Rich, Jay, yo, y'all just cook whatever y'all want. Just, make my tray. Or I'll come pick whatever I want off the trays. And we straight. Nigga, we was living lovely for about 6-7 months, bro. 6-7 months. Listen, that time in that annex, when I was a level 3, I'm gonna leave it at this until the next episode for episode 12. But when I was in that annex, that shit was probably the best time in my whole bid because it felt so close to freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, now I'm 3.5 years down. Shit, I got 2 left. In my head, I'm like, shit, 3.5. The 4th and the 5th year about to be no pressure. But I'm gonna leave this story off right here till episode 4. I got some business to take care of. But this has been another episode of O.A.T.H, where we obtain, we achieve, we thrive, and we always gonna hustle. Holla.